stage management 嘅 instructor 嚟嘅。首先呢一個場地咧，咁佢就即係好新啦，佢有好多個擺凳嘅模式嘅，即係譬如佢可以做 exhibition 啦，佢可以做一個 theatre mode 啦。咁所以咧，我就會就住大家喺唔同嘅即係 specialties 方面，點樣去將佢哋嘅 talent 可以擺落去呢個 theatre art 方面。咁例如 music 咁樣，咁我知道好多咧讀 engineer 嘅同學仔咧，咁就發覺佢哋咧讀呢一個音響嘅時候，就發覺哦，原來有啲嘢咧我都係識嘅喎，一啲 frequency 啊，即係之類嘅一啲東西，咁我就會 apply 到佢原本嘅學術。
Here, we endeavor to excel in what we pursue. We lead the advancements in academia and make breakthroughs in scholarships and entrepreneurship. All of these contribute to the sustainable development of the university.
Welcome to the 31st Congregation of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. The ceremony will begin shortly. Please return to your seats.
各位來賓，歡迎蒞臨香港科技大學第31屆畢業典禮。典禮即將開始，請來賓返回座位。
各位來賓， 欢迎莅临香港科技大学第31届毕业典礼，典礼即将开始，请来宾返回座位。The graduation ceremony is a solemn occasion. During the ceremony, please keep your voice down. Remember to silence your mobile phone and other beeping devices, and refrain from leaving your seats to take photos or using flashlights. Please also respect the national anthem and do not make any disturbances during its playing. Kindly stay in your seat until the end of the ceremony. We wish to complete the ceremony smoothly so that all of you will leave with a fond memory.
畢業典禮係莊嚴嘅儀式，喺典禮進行期間，請時刻保持安靜，並將你嘅手提電話同其他響鬧裝置調校到靜音模式。請唔好隨便離開座位或使用閃光燈影相。同時請尊重國歌，喺播放期間請勿滋擾。典禮未結束之前，請唔好離場，以免影響典禮嘅進行。我哋期待典禮喺不受干擾下圓滿結束，為大家留下美好回憶。多謝大家。
畢業典禮是莊嚴的儀式，在典禮進行期間，請時刻保持安靜，並將您的手機及其他響鬧裝置調校至靜音模式。請不要隨便離座或以閃光燈拍照。同時，請尊重國歌，播放期間請勿滋擾。在典禮還沒結束前，請不要離場，以免影響典禮進行。我們期待典禮在不受
Now begin. Will the audience please rise? 儀式現在開始，請各位起立。於是現在開始，請各位起立。 The national anthem, 國歌，國歌。
Standing guard beneath the rising sun that watches o'er the citadels of learning all as one. Leaping forward till each marathon is run. We're striving for a legacy like none. We're children of the sun.
I declare this congregation open.
Please be seated. 請坐，前座。The President, Professor Nancy Yip, 葉玉如教授, 葉玉如教授 will now address the congregation.
Pro-Chancellor Dr. John Chen, Council Chair Professor Harry Shum, Co-Chair the Honorable Andrew Liao, Council and court members, distinguished guests, members of the class of 2023, parents, friends, and colleagues. A very warm welcome to HKUST's 31st congregation. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate the outstanding achievements of the class of 2023. I'm honored and delighted to address our accomplished graduates on this momentous occasion. Congratulations, class of 2023. As I look out at all of you, I'm filled with immense pride. Not only have you worked tirelessly, dedicating countless hours to the pursuit of knowledge, but you have also demonstrated resilience, determination, and an unwavering commitment to your studies during a unique period in our global history, the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic brought unprecedented challenges, testing the strength and unity of our community. Our faculty and staff worked hard to ensure that your educational journey remained uninterrupted, and you met the challenges head-on with determination. I applaud all of you for persevering under this very difficult circumstance. Your success is a testament to your commitment to learning, growth, and personal development, and shows that you are capable of overcoming any obstacle that comes your way. Today, we celebrate not just your scholastic achievements, but also the transformative power of education. Education is more than the acquisition of knowledge. It also has the power to unlock the doors of opportunities, empowering individuals to shape a brighter future. At HKUST, we are committed to providing an education that not only cultivates knowledge and skills, but also fosters curiosity and creativity, broadens minds, builds self-awareness, and strengthens character. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, you may be feeling daunted and ambivalent. We live in a fast-paced world that is constantly evolving, and our world is facing numerous complex challenges. Climate change, social inequality, global health crisis, and technological disruptions are just a few of the issues that demand our attention and collective action. Graduates, HKUST has provided you with a world-class education and nurtured values such as integrity, compassion, and a commitment to excellence. You represent the very essence of one HKUST and the innovative can-do spirit that defines our university. You have the skills to not just adapt, but thrive in the world at large. So go forth with confidence and aspire to make a meaningful difference around you. Embrace challenges you encounter as opportunities for you to become change makers, innovators, and leaders. Channel your talents, your creativity, and your voice to generate actions and innovative solutions. As graduates of HKUST, you carry a legacy of excellence. Carry this pride with you wherever you go. And remember, even though you are physically leaving the university, the bond you have forged among yourselves, your fellow graduates, and your alma mater will forever connect you as members of the great HKUST family. You are now part of a rich and diverse community that spans the globe, a community that will continue to support you throughout your life's journey. Your success is our success. Today's momentous occasion is made all the more special as it marks the first time we have performed our university anthem at a congregation. With its melody, lyrics, and musical production, reflecting the dedicated efforts of our HKUST family, I hope this anthem will forever stay in your hearts as you carry our One HKUST ethos and the spirit of innovation into the community. On behalf of the entire HKUST family, congratulations, class of 2023. Your achievements are a testament to your strength and determination. So now go forth with confidence as you embark on this exciting new chapter of your lives. Embrace challenges, seize opportunities, and honor the values, principles, and bonds of friendship you cultivated at HKUST. Your future is full of endless possibilities, and I have no doubt that you will go on to achieve great success. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors and look forward to seeing you again as HKUST alumni. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President. The candidates for the honorary doctorate degrees will now be presented. This year, we are honored to confer the degrees to 6 admirable awardees. The first candidate is Professor Yan LeCun. Would Professor LeCun please rise and step forward? Professor LeCun's citation will be read by Professor Pascal Fong, Director of Center for Artificial Intelligence Research and Chair Professor of the Department of Electronic and Computer Engineering. Professor Fong, please.
A visionary in artificial intelligence, Professor Yan LeCun has played a pivotal role in the advancement of AI. Widely regarded as the godfather of AI, he has made an indelible impact not only in research, but also in spearheading AI education. Growing up in France, Professor LeCun developed a fascination for engineering at a young age. His passion for machine learning led him to pursue a PhD at the University of Sorbonne. In 1988, Professor LeCun joined Bell Labs, developing neural network architectures and learning algorithms. He was instrumental in developing convolutional neural networks and graph transformer networks. These methods enable the development of printed and handwritten text recognition systems, which were deployed for automated check clearing in those early days, and have since become foundational building blocks of modern neural network architecture. Professor LeCun's expertise has made him highly sought after by both academic institutions and corporate entities. In 2003, he joined New York University's Courant Institute of Mathematical Sciences. A decade later, he was recruited by Facebook to establish Facebook AI Research, while simultaneously teaching at NYU. He has since remained as a strong advocate of scientific collaboration between the academia and the industry. In 2018, Professor LeCun and 2 other scholars were honored with the Turing Award, often called the Nobel Prize for Computing. The accolade was awarded in recognition of their fundamental contributions to deep neural networks. Their work led to a paradigm shift in AI and has greatly enhanced the ability of computers to comprehend the world. It has also provided scientists with powerful new tools in fields such as medicine, astronomy, material science, among others. Ever the Renaissance man and a role model to many of us in AI research, Professor LeCun has also been chosen as one of the French icons by the French government, along with the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame de Paris. Professor LeCun's connections with HKUST date back to 2018, when he started serving on the advisory board of the Center for Artificial Intelligence Research, CARE. He has also delivered guest lectures and participated in various virtual panels organized by CARE. His forward-thinking vision for AI perfectly fits HKUST's initiatives in integrating AI into education. Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you Professor Yang Lecun, Chief AI Scientist at Meta, for the award of Doctorate of Engineering honoris causa.
May I now invite the President to present Professor Lecun to Pro-Chancellor for the conferment, please.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, Professor Lecun, to the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa.
May I now invite the Council Chairman, the President, and Professor Lecun to move to the two sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with the Pro-Chancellor. Dr. Chen, Don Chen, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam President. Please take your seats. Professor Lecun will now address the congregation.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very honored and grateful. This is a wonderful university. I've visited a lot of different campuses. You have the best campus I've ever seen. On the water, I'm a big fan of sailing and everything like that. I just hope when I was an undergrad, I could be studying here and could be sailing. Thank you, Professor Fong. I was trying very hard when you were delivering your speech to not turn as red as the carpet here. I think I failed. So AI is on everyone's mind these days, and it's made enormous progress over the last decade. I mean, certainly before that as well. But we're still very far from understanding what intelligence is, certainly human intelligence or even human intelligence. We have systems that can hold fluent dialogues. They can help us write text. They can generate images, even video and music nowadays. But those systems still do not understand how the world works. They don't have common sense. They don't really reason. They're not able to plan, really, unlike many animals and certainly humans. And so it's not as if AI is a solved problem at all. We still have a lot of work to do. And one way you can convince yourself of this is that despite the fact that we have AI systems that can pass the bar exam, and I'm sure there are lawyers here in the room, distinguished lawyers, we still don't have AI systems that can drive a car completely autonomously as reliably as humans. And we certainly don't have AI systems that can learn to drive a car in about 20 hours of practice, just like, any teenager. Even worse, we don't have AI systems that can learn to clear up the dinner table and fill up the dishwasher, a task that any 10-year-old can learn in a few minutes in one shot. Convincing them to do it is another story. So how do we get to the next level in AI? How do we get AI systems to learn like animals? Don't even think about getting to human level AI. How do we get AI systems to be as smart as a cat or a dog? They're not nearly as smart as a cat or a dog now. They can accumulate a lot of knowledge, but they're not nearly as savvy in terms of understanding how the world works than your house cat. This is a scientific question. It's not a technological challenge only, it's also a scientific question. So it is not the case that industry is just going to solve the problem over the next few years. We still have new science to do to really understand human learning, intelligence, and attempt to reproduce this in machines. And academia has an important role to play in that search. So there is no question that at some point in the future, it might be a very long time, we will have machines that reach the level of human intelligence in all domains, and certainly surpass it in all domains. What is this future going to be? Basically, all of us will be walking around with virtual intelligent assistants that will help us in our daily lives. A lot of people feel threatened by this, but as the director of a research lab, and as a professor, I'm very familiar with the idea of working with people who are smarter than me. I only hire people who are smarter than me. So it's going to be the same with AI systems. They may eventually be smarter than us, but they will assist us. They will work for us. And essentially, they will amplify human intelligence as a whole. Now, this future may actually be sort of a new renaissance for humanity. Imagine that humanity will become much more intelligent than it is now with the help of machines, which is already the case with computers. But this is going to accelerate. This may transform society the same way that the invention of the printing press in the 15th century changed humanity. And I realize the printing press was invented in various places in the world at the same time, or even not at the same time. So we have good reasons to be excited about the future. AI systems that may help us solve the world's biggest problems, climate change, cure diseases, understand life, understand the universe. And I'm getting to the end of my career really quick, but I've never been so excited about the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations, Professor Lacombe. Please take your seats. The second candidate is Professor Virginia Lee Man-Yi, Li Men-Yu 教授. Would Professor Lee please rise and step forward? Professor Lee's citation will be read by Professor Yong-Hao Wong, Dean of Science. Professor Wong, please.
Professor Virginia Li Men-Yu is a world-renowned biochemist and neuroscientist. Her game-changing research in Alzheimer's disease perfectly illustrates her tireless pursuit of new ideas that changed the orthodoxy. Born in Chongqing during the Second World War, Professor Lee grew up in Hong Kong while initially studying piano at London's Royal Academy of Music. She found her real passion in science. Eventually, she changed path and earned a bachelor's degree in chemistry and later a master's degree in biochemistry from the University of London. During her postdoctoral years, she started her seminal research into neurodegenerative diseases. While some dismiss Alzheimer's as a career dead end, Professor Lee and her husband, John Trojanowski, moved to the University of Pennsylvania and ran labs on Alzheimer's research that would revolutionize the field. The pair identified the protein tau as a major factor leading to Alzheimer's. This groundbreaking discovery, published in a 1991 Science paper, paved the way for treatments for this disorder. In the subsequent 3 decades, they also made significant headway on Parkinson's, frontotemporal dementia, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS. Over the years, Professor Lee received numerous honors for her outstanding achievements. She has been ranked by Research.com among the world's top 100 scientists, and as the second-ranking female scientist. She also received the Breakthrough Prize in 2019, the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest for scientists. Proud of her Hong Kong roots, Professor Lee has been sharing her expertise with neuroscientists at HKUST for over 2 decades. Her input contributed to the launch of the first human genetics and biomarker study of Alzheimer's in Hong Kong. Currently, she serves on the International Advisory Board of an 8-year project on neurodegenerative diseases. The project is undertaken by HKUST and funded by the Research Grants Council. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you Professor Virginia Lee, Director of the Center for Neurodegenerative Disease Research at the University of Pennsylvania Perelman School of Medicine, for the award of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Thank you, Professor Wong. May I now invite Professor Harry Shum, Chairman of the University Council, to hood Professor Virginia Lee Man-Yi. May I now invite the President to present Professor Virginia Lee Man-Yi to the Pro-Chancellor for the conferment, please.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Professor Virginia Lee, Li Men-Yu 教授, for admission to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, Professor Virginia Lee Man-Yu, Li Men-Yu 教授, to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
May I now invite the Council Chairman, the President, and Professor Lee to move to the 2 sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with Dr. Chen, our Pro-Chancellor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam President. Please take your seats. Professor Lee will now address the congregation.
I thank you very much. And I want to thank Hong Kong UST and Nancy and for giving me this honor. I mean, it's just wonderful. I just, you know, I'm so emotional. I didn't prepare any speech because this is just a wonderful event for me. And you may not understand this because you can imagine a 11-year-old girl, or 15-year-old girl getting on an airplane from Hong Kong and to go to London to study music, and not really wanting to do music, but my mother wanted me to do music, so I went and did music. And then I realized that when I was in high school, actually my high school education at Hong Kong, it just really prepared me for everything. And the last 4 years in high school, I was at DGS, Diocesan Girls' School, and they really prepared me because I looked around, I realized that these girls are all smart, and I need to do as well as they can, and better than them. And so I realized that science is my ticket, because they're all better than me with English, because I went to Methodist as a primary school student. So my English wasn't very good at that time. And that worked, and then so my 4 years really laid the foundation. Then when I didn't like music, I said to myself, I've got to go back to science. I've got to become a scientist. But I didn't know how to go about it. So I said, well, as long as I stay in school, I get my bachelor's degree, I get my master's degree, and I got my PhD. Then I was doing my postdoc, and then I said, well, I don't really know what I want to do. So I tried industry for a year, and I really didn't like it because they just really, I want to do what I want to do. I don't want them to tell me what to do. But then I was very fortunate, and I met my husband, John Turchinowski. And so basically, there's this man who is really passionate about science. But he was trained as a neuroanatomist, a neuropathologist, but he didn't know any biochemistry. And I was trained to do biochemistry. So basically, we and I talked, and this was in the 80s. And so we kind of said to each other, what can we do? Because we have complementary skills that would actually eventually make a difference to science. And so we thought, well, maybe we'll, at the time, my science sort of lent itself to doing brain tumors because we were able to identify different origin of the tumors. But then there's just not much science going on. So we said, well, maybe neurodegenerative diseases. There's a lot of opportunity in neurodegenerative diseases. So we seized upon that opportunity. And we decided to basically, with his neuropathology skills, and he can work with the neurologist to get brains. And you may not find this very appetizing, but actually, I do a lot of work, basically working with human brains and grinding them up. And that's the only way you can understand disease, because you have to understand what's going on in your brain. And so this is basically kind of the work that I do. But eventually, we succeeded. We identified all these proteins. And then the final thing I wanted to say is the fact that there are actually 3 women among all of us. There's Michelle, myself, Nancy, and I really think that, I want all the women to seize upon the opportunity. You can do it, okay? It's up to you. If you work hard, you're smart, you can achieve just as well as the men. And so this is my parting wisdom to you, is that you want to, thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations, Professor Lee. The next candidate is the Honorable Andrew Liao Chen-Sing, Liu Chen-Sing. Xin-san, would Mr. Liao please rise and step forward? Mr. Liao's citation will be read by Ms. Edith Shi, member of the University Council. Ms. Shi, please.
The Honorable Andrew Liao Chen-Sing is remarkably apt fit for our university. With his passion for higher education and extensive experience in public service, he steered milestone developments at HKUST during his 8-year tenure as council chairman. He also hugely contributed to the development of Hong Kong's intellectual property laws and system, leaving a lasting impact on the city's endeavor to develop into a regional IP trading center. Enrolled in the University of Hong Kong's first LLB cohort in 1969, Mr. Liao went on to earn a master's degree specializing in IP at the London School of Economics and Political Science. He subsequently played a pivotal role in enacting Hong Kong's first substantive copyright law in 1977. 1997, and continues to actively promote IP trading and patent laws to this day. Appointed as Hong Kong UST Council Chairman in 2015, Mr. Liao instituted a groundbreaking governance framework to optimize the effectiveness of University Council members in overseeing HKUST's strategic development and institutional public accountability. Mr. Liao shares HKUST's belief that the arts are vital for students' whole person development. Under his guiding hand, the award-winning Shaw Auditorium, this auditorium, opened in November 2021, serving as a venue for students to unleash their full potential. His vision to expand the university's impact beyond Hong Kong led to HKUST to build a new campus in Guangzhou, Nansha. He spearheaded the project, overseeing the strategic direction, collaboration model, and governance framework. In September 2022, the innovative, sustainable HKUST Guangzhou successfully opened. After completing his tenure as council chairman, he is now serving as chairman of the HKUST Court, the university's supreme advisory body. With his distinguished record of public service in higher education and beyond, he was awarded the Grand Bohemia Medal by the Hong Kong SAR government in 2022. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you the Honorable Andrew Liao Cheong Sing, Senior Counsel, and HKUST Court Chairman for the award of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Thank you, Ms. Shi. May I now invite the Chairman of the Council to hood Mr. Liao. May I now invite the President to present the Honorable Andrew Liao Cheong Sing to the Pro-Chancellor for the conferment, please.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the Honorable Andrew Liao Cheong Sing Sin Sang for admission to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, the Honorable Andrew Liao Cheong Sing Sin Sang, to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
May I now invite the Council Chairman, the President, and Dr. Liao to move to the two sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with the Pro-Chancellor, please. Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and Madam President. Please take your seats. Dr. Liao will now address the congregation.
Thank you, Edith, for the kind words. Pro-Chancellor, Court Chairman, President, members of the University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is an emotional day for me, receiving the highest honor from a university I deeply love. Life is full of surprises. Who would have thought that I would one day share the stage and rub shoulders with one of Hollywood's brightest and bankable stars? We should remember this day well, when Nobel, Turing, Breakthrough, and Oscar all came to Hong Kong University. Michelle is making history today as the first movie actress to be inducted into our Academic Hall of Fame. Her induction is a powerful statement about a well-rounded university education. I urge our students to learn from the creative moves of Ms. Yao, not just how high you scale, but how high you kick like a crouching tiger. Today, we're sitting together in this state-of-the-art show auditorium, open as a cultural hub, where East meets West. Another affirmation of our belief in whole person education in this University of Science and Technology. The beating heart of a young university is its dedication to the idea of progress. Over the past 8 years, as council chairman of this great university, I have witnessed much progress, both personal and institutional. I was parachuted into this university as its 5th council chairman, knowing little about its job requirements. I learned through trial and error, and finally managed to graduate with a degree in university governance, so I'm told. Most important of all, I learned to dream with my dream makers, my fellow council members, and members of the university. Together, we made history by building Hong Kong University Guangzhou, brick by brick, a unique cross-disciplinary model in higher education, an academic pair of twins of Hong Kong University. This Guangzhou project is looming large in the Greater Bay Area to advance innovation and technology development. It took a village to turn this into a reality. This is a miracle university. If the first 25 years represented Hong Kong University 1.0, then Guangzhou is Hong Kong University 2.0. With the appointment of Professor Nancy Yip as its 5th president, this university is now marching forward as Hong Kong University 3.0. On a personal level, this honorary doctorate will make life more interesting for me at home. There are now 2 doctors in my family. My daughter Yvonne has a real 24-carat doctorate she earned the hard way. I got mine by the highway. Next time you call me at home, please be sure to say which Dr. Lau you want to speak to. The real one or the pretend one? To borrow the baby talk of my sweet granddaughter Phoebe, I have a piece of advice for anyone who wants an honorary doctorate. Try becoming a university council chair. It definitely helps. I've stumbled in the chairmanship of Hong Kong University Council, but what an interesting stumble it has been. My best wishes go to Professor Harry Shum. It is now his turn to be in the hot seat that I used to be. I hope he enjoys as much as I did. I'm humbled by Hong Kong University's highest honor. It belongs not just to me, but to our entire team of miracle makers who have fought so hard to accomplish our vision and mission. No other university has come this far, this fast, leaving us standing tall, bringing honor to us all, in the spirit powerfully summoned by our new university anthem. May it flourish forevermore. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Liu. The next candidate is Mr. Carlson Tong, Tong Ga-seng 先生. Would Mr. Tong please rise and step forward? Mr. Tong's citation will be read by Professor Patrick Yeung, the Vice Chairman of the University Council. Professor Yeung, please.
Mr. Carlson Tong, is one of the Hong Kong's most capable accounting professionals and public servants. He firmly believes that success is not final, failure is not fatal, and has made significant contributions to the financial market, as well as the education and sports sectors. After completing high school, he worked as a trainee at a local accounting firm. With a desire for self-advancement, he embarked on a new journey at the age of 18 and moved to Wales, where he earned a business study diploma. Upon graduation, he joined the accounting firm now known as KPMG in Cardiff. In 1985, he returned to his roots in Hong Kong as the company's senior manager. With hard work and dedication, Mr. Tong climbed the ranks at KPMG and ascended to the position of chairman of Asia Pacific. His career landmarks included facilitating the first listing of a mainland Chinese company on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This helped cement Hong Kong's status as a superconnector between the mainland and the world. Upon his retirement from KPMG in 2011, Mr. Tong began leveraging his exceptional financial acumen in the public service sector. His key posts included, between 2016 and 2022, the chairmanship of the University Grants Committee, where his contributions to HKUST and other local universities were invaluable. Of significance to the financial sector and maintaining Hong Kong as a world financial center, he was chairman of the Securities and Futures Commission between 2012 and 2018. After being appointed as the chairman of the Hong Kong Sports Institute, he pioneered the development of dual career pathways for elite athletes. Through flexible curriculums, students are allowed to train for competitions while pursuing academic qualifications. In addition to the gold and silver Billionaire stars, Mr. Tong's numerous accolades include the Outstanding Achievement Award from the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you Mr. Carlson Tong, Independent Non-Executive Director of Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearing Limited, for the award of Doctor of Business Administration honoris causa.
Thank you, Professor Yuan. May I now invite the Chairman of the University Council to hood Mr. Carlson Tong. May I now invite the President to present Mr. Carlson Tong to the Pro-Chancellor for the conferment.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Carlson Tong, Tong Ka-Seng Sin Sang, for admission to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, Mr. Carlson Tong, Tong Ka-Seng Sin Sang, to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration honoris causa.
May I now invite the Council Chairman, the President, and Dr. Tong to move to the two sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with the Pro-Chancellor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam President. Dr. Tong will now address the congregation.
Pro-Chancellor Dr. John Chen, Professor Henry Shum, President Professor Nancy Ip, esteemed members of the Council, my fellow recipients of the honorary doctorate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I stand before you today filled with profound gratitude. I accept this prestigious honorary doctorate in business administration from HKUST. It is a tremendous honor to be recognized alongside such exceptional individuals who have created so much impact in their respective fields. I'm humbled. I'm also very grateful to have my loved ones, my wife and my daughter over there, here with me, sharing this moment of celebration. As I reflect upon my career, by the way, I never went to university. I'm probably the only person here who has never been to university. But it reminds me of a valuable lesson. Success is not solely measured by academic achievements. Life is a way of surprising us, and it's through dedication, passion, and a lifelong pursuit of knowledge that we carve our own paths to success. From my extensive career spanning over 4 decades, I come to realize the true value of holistic development. Education extends beyond the confines of classrooms and textbooks, encompasses the lessons we learn from everyday life, from our work experience, and our contribution to community. Following my retirement in KPMG in 2011, I embarked on a new chapter dedicated to community work. I became involved in education and sports, endeavors that brought me immense joy and a sense of purpose. Working with our youth became a priority for me as I recognized the virtual importance of shaping the future of our society. Additionally, I transitioned from a regulator profession to become a regulator, opening myself up to new realm of experiences and challenges. Now, one question I'm often asked is, what makes a good leader? In my view, values are the foundation upon which leadership is built. They govern and drive the way we behave and live our lives. There's a Chinese saying, 修身齊家治國平天下, which can be translated as, first live a righteous life, rid yourself of wrongdoings, then bring order to your family, after which govern your people, after which you can then rule the world or in the organization you lead. To be successful in life, career, and even a political career, one must first live and practice strong values. For me, these values include honesty and integrity, treating people with respect and fairness, and being kind and caring to all. They've guided me throughout my life and career, shaping my decisions and actions. Throughout my career and the various roles I've undertaken, I've learned that to be an effective leader, one must listen, be willing to change their mind, have the humility to admit when they're wrong. This is not a sign of weakness, but testament to growth and learning. However, as the leader, when faced with different views, you must ultimately make the final decision and take responsibility for the outcome. This is when decisiveness has become crucial. Furthermore, delegation is essential, but must become accompanied by proper guidance and support. It is futile to assign a task while providing the necessary direction, only to discover later it has been done incorrectly. However, it is important to remember another old Chinese saying, 用人不疑，疑人不用, which means that if you choose to use someone, you must trust them. If you do not trust them, do not utilize their services. Always be prepared to seek opinions and advice from others, and remember to share credit when credit is due. As a leader, I've learned you don't have to claim credit for yourself. I've learned the significance of listening to others, embracing failure as a learning opportunity, promoting diversity and inclusiveness, and keeping our egos in check. These lessons have shaped my leadership philosophy and have been instrumental in my personal and professional growth. In closing, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all those who are here who have supported me on this remarkable journey. To my mentors, colleagues, friends, and family, thank you for believing in me and inspiring me to strive for excellence. This distinction is a testament to a collective effort of all those who have contributed to my growth and success. Thank you once again to HKUST for conferring upon me this remarkable honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Tong. The next candidate is Professor Eric Wischhaus. Would Professor Wischhaus please rise and step forward? Professor Wischhaus' citation will be read by Professor Xie Ting, the Division Head of Life Science. Professor Xie, please.
Professor Eric Wischhaus, a Nobel laureate in the physiology of medicine, is a world-renowned authority on the genetic control and embryonic development. His groundbreaking research has given medical professionals a profound comprehension of the cause of birth defects and cancer, offered potential avenues for treatments. Born in Indiana, the US, Professor Wischhaus' passion for biology was ignited during his high school years. In 1965, he deepened his understanding of genetics and cell behavior while studying biology in the University of Notre Dame. After enrolling in Yale, he encountered one of his most influential mentors, Professor Walter Guerin, who subsequently invited Professor Wischhaus to work with him in Switzerland. It was in Switzerland that Professor Wischhaus began collaborating with his future Nobel laureate partner, Professor Christina Nusland-Verhart. Together, they conducted a study recovering genetic mutation in fruit flies, whose genetic structure is similar to that of humans. Their seminal research generated wide accepted model that genetic cascade controls subdivision in the developing embryo. The breakthrough helped explain congenital malformations in humans, paved the way for further research on birth defects, cancer, and potential treatments. In 1980, their research was published in the authoritative scientific journal Nature. And in 1995, there was a World Nobel Prize in the Physiology of Medicine with Professor Edward Ben Lewis. After dedicating over 40 decades to teaching at Princeton University, Professor Wischhaus has made enduring impact on the countless students from around the world. Among his students is the Professor Yan Yan, which is currently Associate Professor of Life Science at HKUST. She extols him as a visionary scientist, which is always at the forefront of discovery with an unwavering passion for experimentation. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University on Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you Professor Eric Wischhaus, Nobel laureate, Professor Emeritus of Molecular Biology at Princeton University, for the World of Doctor of Science honorary causa.
Thank you, Professor Xie. May I now invite the Chairman of the University Council to hood Professor Eric Wischhaus. May I now invite the President to present Professor Eric Wischhaus to the Pro-Chancellor for the conferment, please.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Professor Eric Wischhaus for admission to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, Professor Eric Wischhaus, to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
May I now invite the Chairman, the President, and Professor Wischhaus to move to the two sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with the Pro-Chancellor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam President. Professor Wischhaus will now address the congregation.
Thank you for this honor. The recognition implied in an honorary degree is sweet, especially when conferred by a university like HKUST with its strong emphasis on scientific research. Humans come to science naturally. It's part of our evolutionary history. We're naturally curious and naturally problem solvers. For good or bad, we want to know how things work, and we want to use that knowledge to change the world, to make our lives better and more efficient. For many of us, and certainly for me, science becomes a part of our individuality. And our individuality becomes a part of the science that we do. Scientists share with artists and musicians the desire to create something beautiful. And we often see our science as a personal expression of who we are as individuals. There's a pride in workmanship, a pride in the beautiful experiment, being able to say, this experiment is mine. However, what we actually produce as scientists is different than the products of painters, sculptors, and composers. An artist's work stands on its own, can be loved as individual pieces centuries after it was created. For scientists, our work is more transient. It only has long-term meaning if it's incorporated into the larger understanding of the world. With time, the fact that we did a particular experiment, or even the details of an experiment itself, are lost in the greater structure of human knowledge. Losing that individual personal link, however, is a necessary blessing, because it's in fact what ensures that what we do as scientists lives on. The requirement for incorporation points to one other feature of science in human history, that it's essentially a very social activity. You can't, at least in my experience, do science alone. Even if we're very smart, we don't think alone as clearly as we think when we're trying to explain our experiments to other scientists. And certainly our results and our ideas have little value until they're incorporated into the thinking and research plans of other scientists. I stand here before you as a Nobel laureate, not so much because the mutagenesis experiments and the genes I discovered are so important of themselves, but because other scientists built on those discoveries, elucidating function and finding similar genes in all multicellular organisms. And so, one goal of scientific education at an institution like HKUST is to teach and foster communication in science. That social aspect of science is in part actually what we're celebrating here today, a graduation ceremony and the honorary doctorate that you've conferred on me are essentially an acknowledgement and a celebration of the social nature of science. It makes me very happy to be part of this endeavor, and I thank you again for the honor you have bestowed on me. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Professor Richhouse. We will now move on to the final candidate, Dan Sri Dato Sri Michelle Yeoh Choo King, Yuan Ziking 女士. Would Michelle please rise and step forward? Ms. Yeoh's citation will be read by Professor Kelly Tsai, the Dean of Humanities and Social Science. Professor Tsai, please.
The first Asian to win the coveted Academy Award for Best Actress, Ms. Michelle Yeoh Choo King, is a true icon and inspiration to many. Born into a Chinese family in Malaysia, Ms. Yeoh began learning ballet at the age of 4. When a back injury at the Hammond School of Ballet in England ended her pursuit of dance, she returned to Asia and was crowned Miss Malaysia in 1983. Her big break in the movie business came when she shot a TV commercial in Hong Kong. Further success in local blockbusters paved her way for her Hollywood debut, where she starred in the James Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies. But Ms. Yeoh refused to settle for stereotypically Asian roles, and her commitment to breaking down barriers paid off. Her superb performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once won her not only an Oscar, but also Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards. Ms. Yeoh's can-do spirit and dedication to inclusiveness resonate with HKUST's core values. When accepting her Oscar, she urged other women to follow their dreams, saying, "Don't let anyone tell you you're past your prime." Thank you for that. After witnessing the devastating earthquake in Nepal in 2015, she began advocating for better protection for the poor, women, and girls. The following year, she was appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador to the United Nations Development Program to promote the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Her recent appointment as a member of the International Olympic Committee has endowed her with the power to promote global understanding and goodwill through sports. Ms. Yeoh has expressed her gratitude towards Hong Kong, where she started her successful career. Throughout the years, she has been giving back to the city by supporting various charity groups and promoting Hong Kong's film industry on the world stage. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the Council of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, I have the high honor of presenting to you Ms. Michelle Yeoh, the Oscar-winning actress for the award of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa.
Thank you, Professor Tsai. May I now invite the Chairman of the University Council to hood Dan Sri Dato Sri Michelle Yeoh Choo King. May I now invite the President to present Dan Sri Dato Sri Michelle Yeoh Choo King to the Pro-Chancellor for the conferment.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Tan Sri Dato Sri Michelle Yeoh Choo King for admission to the degree of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you, Chancellor Dato Seri Michelle Yeoh Chu Keng, Yang Ziking女士, to the degree of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa.
May I now invite the Council Chairman, the President, and Dr. Yeoh to move to the two sides of the center lectern to take a group photo with the Pro-Chancellor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam President. Please take your seats. Dr. Yeoh will now address the congregation.
I don't know which is more scary. My deepest gratitude to HKUST for this honorary doctorate degree. Thank you, Pro-Chancellor Dr. John Chan, Council Chairman Professor Harry Shum, President Professor Nancy Yip. Thank you to everyone here at HKUST. I am truly thrilled, a little overwhelmed, and humbled to be here with you today. Congratulations to my fellow attendees on this esteemed recognition. I am so proud to share this stage with you. I mean, sitting there this morning has been terrifying. This is the real deal. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I blend in? And I say, well, you're an actor. Maybe it's not so hard. And what a perfect blessing to receive this honor here in Hong Kong, where it all started for me. This is the city that gave me my career, an amazing new family, friends, and life. And it will always hold a special place in my heart. This honor is obviously unique in comparison to most of the awards I've received as an actress. I assure you, I'm not often standing before some of the brightest, most educated minds in the world. But I am particularly excited to share this moment with you because I've always felt a deep kinship between the arts and sciences. I believe they are both rooted in a very deep, very human search for the unknown, the unseen, perhaps the unknowable truth. Art is the science of human experience, and science is the art of human understanding. Whether it's physics, action movies, chemistry, or dance, we are all just trying to tap into something bigger than ourselves. We are all simply trying our best, using our tools to seek out that great unknown. Call it whatever you want. Inspiration, the cosmos, God, existence, the big cheese, it doesn't matter. It's out there, and we live our lives committed to experiencing it. We are hunters of truth. To me, that bond of shared values and commitment makes us a community. Everyone in this room knows what it means to strive, to reach, to leap, and to sometimes fall. For some of you, it's research, or medicine, or mathematics. For me, it began with dance and eventually became a life in film. I have had the unique privilege of literally falling quite a bit. I've fallen off buses, landed on my face, on my butt, fallen off bridges, a few buildings, but like you know, I know the satisfaction of getting up, dusting yourself off, and trying again, and again, and again, until you eventually learn to fly. Every failure is a lesson, and how we react to those lessons is what makes up a human life. So yes, I am profoundly moved to accept this degree today, and also to celebrate the communality of our two worlds. Please know that just as you might be fascinated by the movies are equally as fascinated by you. After all, there would be no cinema without the exploration of space, the progress of technology, or the life and death, drama of medicine. You have all the good stories. I cannot wait to see what many of you will do next, and I look forward to applauding your accomplishments just as you have applauded mine. So thank you again to HKUST. Thank you to everyone who is here to support me. This is an honor of immense distinction, and I will treasure it forever. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Yo. Congratulations to the 6 honorary doctorates. Welcome you all to the HKUST family. Thank you. We will now move on to the presentation of graduates of master's and bachelor's degrees. The graduates of the degrees of Master of Philosophy, Master of Science, and Bachelor of Science in the School of Science will now be presented by the Dean of Science, Professor Yong Hao Wong.
Mr. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honor to present graduates of the degrees of Master of Philosophy, Master of Science, and Bachelor of Science in the School of Science.
Will the graduates in the School of Science please rise?
The graduates of the degrees of Master of Philosophy, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Engineering in the School of Engineering will now be presented by the Dean of Engineering, Professor Hong. In the end. Will the graduates in the School of Engineering please rise?